Hey, you guys, welcome to Soul and Soil podcast. It's your girl Latanya Vibes, and we are rolling with Latanya Vibes. This is not an official episode. I feel like I've been saying that, but also I just kind of wanted to share a message while I'm in a vulnerable space, while I'm actively going through the emotions, I guess. Because I feel like that's whenever the gems is there, right? Like sometimes I'll literally will go through it, get all the downloads or whatever, and then just be like, dang, I kind of should have recorded that video, or I should have said this, or then I try to record record a video after I received a message, and it just don't hit the same as when it really dawned on me. And I remember whenever I was younger, I would always hear, and I know that this is like a common statement that people make, which is you can't always take everybody with you. And I remember maybe a few days ago, I had seen Glorilla's sister or her family. We're not even going to point out all that, but basically her family kind of came out and was sharing very much like vulnerable stories about her and her sister. Not only just her, she was sharing her experience. Like, I won't negate what exactly she was doing. She was sharing her experience, but also I felt like she neglected the fact that this was a shared experience, a lot of the things that she spoke on. And I remember whenever I just kind of was listening, because I'm one of those people where I like to see the duality in things. I kind of realized that I was happy because I'm an empath, okay? I was having empathy for Glow in her situation because of the things that were being said and stuff like that. And I realized that one of my biggest fears, or one of my fears that I had that I'm actively working on, because no bitch will ever use anything against me. That's how you know I'm nuts. But one of the fears that I've been actively facing is stop trying to control the narrative about who you are, or trying to control the misconceptions, or trying to keep from misconceptions happening about who you are, how you show up, your character, your intentions. And for the longest, I didn't realize that you don't need to have a big ass platform to still feel the same impact. And you don't need a $1 million bank account for people to make you feel the same way that a lot of these celebrities feel, which is kind of like you feel scrutinized, you feel persecuted, you feel like, well, damn, like I'm damned if I'm damned if I fucking don't. So what do I do? And I know that me comparing myself to celebrity might be like, oh, this bitch really thinks she's the main character. I am. But what I'm trying to say is, on a emotional, spiritual, mental level, I do understand what that feels like, because I feel like even though I don't have shit, the things that people want from me are things that until like this year or into last year, I started coming to awareness that the shit that people be bothered with me by, the things that people want that I have, are not physical, tangible things. These are things that I innately am. The things that who I am, how I show up, my character. Like, it's the things that life develop. It's not some shit that you can go ahead and get on Amazon. Like, oh, she got it. What's in your Amazon cart? I like it. I want it. It's not given that, right? It's given very much, oh, she went through character development and she unlocked a new character skill, right? And I remember whenever they would say, you can't take everybody with you, I was thinking that I need to be moving motherfucking mountains, meaning like, ooh, she takes off with her podcast, or her nonprofit literally finally is successful. And successful means that it is actively saving and making a way and creating space for someone, for people, for thousands of people, right? And I thought that I had to get there to feel grief of leaving people behind. And I'm starting to realize that I've had to leave people behind whenever I am changing. It's not necessarily that my external changes for sure, right? Because once you start to make the changes internally, you start to see that manifest externally, right? And so it's like, I didn't realize, because I was so caught up in the environment that I'm so used to seeing, right, that I'm actually making these changes. And as I'm making these changes, I've also been unlocking new environments, new spaces, new people, new interactions, right? And how people come to me is with what I have put out in the world, maybe for like the first time, just being very transparent. I feel like I've seen little glimmers of it over the past where it's like I'll see the love that I share because somebody will do a nice kind gesture for me. But it's like in real time, I'm seeing what I pour out come back to me. And it's from random people, which is like a beautiful thing, right? Because it's like these people don't have, I mean, they might, but right now we're just going to move with the mindset that these people don't know you to have an ill will towards you. So them doing this is just out of the kindness of their heart. And so, like I said, I kept thinking that I had to move into this major mountain. Like I had to make this big accomplishment, which honestly was just an external projection of what I have been manifesting internally, right? To have to leave people behind and go through the grief. And I thought that by keeping people from, like, basically separate myself from everybody, isolate myself from everybody, I was doing them a service, because a lot of times that the times when I was going through changes and the beautiful things that were being birthed within me, meaning the way how I carry myself, the way that I love myself, the way that I just treat myself on a daily basis, when I've noticed that shifted, it was bothering other people. And instead of bothering people with it, or instead of blaming them, instead of being like, you're not okay and you're projecting on me, I just would remove myself to make them feel comfortable. And then I got to a point where I'm like, yeah, this dimming down shit ain't gonna work, right? If I am gonna be a solitude, then that means I can shine the brightest because I'm not around anybody. And even doing that, it was bothering people. It was bothering people, y'all. And I just came to a moment today where I realized that I have been actively living the life that I have been basically manifesting, pouring into. And even though right now it seems like such a small, like on a small level, is major to me because these are things that were literally just a thought before, you know? And so, fast forward, today I was realizing that there were so many beautiful things that were going on in my life that I could not share them with certain people because I was still operating in certain spaces of my old life, the places where I'm comfortable with how certain people treat me, how they talk to me, how they think about me, just the way they view me and perceive me, right? I wasn't doing what God asked me to do, which was remove these motherfuckers beforehand. Like, he gave signs, the universe gave signs, spirit gods gave signs, ancestors even knocked on my forehead and said, girl, I know you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? And I would be like, God, like, give him grace. You remember that thing, grace, that you taught me that I've been like practicing with myself? I'm just practicing grace with them. And like, basically I went to my event. It was amazing. How people treated me, amazing. I remember there was a time where people wouldn't greet me when I come into my fucking room, or they would, but it would be very much malicious. Let's be clear. I'm gonna be real with y'all. It'd be malicious. But when I went in the room, people greeted me. I was showered with love. I was complimented, and it wasn't no shallow ass compliments. It was giving, like, you see the aura, you see the vibes, you see what's up, you see the material, you see the material. And then once I left the room, even when I was leaving, I got, hey, like, oh my God, it's good to see you. Like, and I'm like, you know what, Latanya, you literally cracked the fucking third wall, the fourth wall, the fifth wall, whatever fucking wall y'all on, I don't know. But you cracked the wall with this shit, right? And when I went in the room today, I felt like I was moving in my authentic self. Originally, I picked out an outfit I got on. I picked the outfit out, and then I started to doubt myself because I was like, well, you don't want to stand out too much. But then I say, that is who you are. You love to be unique in what you look like. You like to have an outfit that you know no one else has pieced together in their closet. It's authentic to you. And being able to do that and then leaving, but then going back into my old life, I realized why that, like, you feel the grief. Like, I literally started shedding tears, and the reason why my voice sounded shaky as it do right now is because I realized I couldn't even call the people in my current life / old life, the places that I'm currently leaving, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I couldn't call them. And it was because I understood at that point what God was doing with our connection, why they're not here right now, why I don't have the connection to be able to pick up and call like I used to. And he showed that by the ties that I have with certain people that I know I should let go, them just like seeing me in my element, not doing anything, not arguing, not speaking, not trying to provoke a thought, just being in my element, they would just say the roughest things to me. And it'd be like, I'm at a space where I know that this is clearly a projection, so I don't take it as like that's T is giving its facts. It's not giving that. It's check your Carfax because you got a bitch wrong. Okay. But when they would say the stuff, it's like I shed a tear because I realized this is probably the last time that we are probably going to have a conversation. And I hate that these are the words that I'm going to have to remember you by. But then in that instance, I realized I've already gone through this so many times. It's just I didn't have the beautiful things tangibly in my hand to realize what I could lose. Before it was just a manifestation that I was like, we're halfway there, right? It was given that, like, we're almost there. So I was just living off of a motherfucking prayer. And that's a different type of faith versus once you actually see it be, like, present for you. And it's up to you. And you're going to be the one that takes that motherfucking ball and runs with it, or you're going to be the one that fumbles that motherfucking ball. And that's going to be on you. And I think that's where I'm at right now, which is why I have so many tears running, because it's like, it's a beautiful thing. And I think we have to get to a time where things can be good and bad at the same time. Or they could be the best thing for you, but they could feel the nasties. And I've learned the best things that have been for me have been the things that be hurting like a motherfucker to do. I be putting them off. Right? And so it's like, God's like, baby, I've been severed the tie several times before, like a few combos packed, I didn't sever the tie. And here you are still taking in their words. Let it go. Let them go. And you don't even have to communicate about it. And so, yeah, that's just going to be that. I gave y'all a cute little 12-minute tea. I want to say grieving a life that no longer serves you when it had to serve you for so long. If you ever get blessed to like get to that day, I promise you it's going to be so much worth all them days that you wanted to X out, cancel out, not be here. And it's like every year I keep having that, like, it only gets better than this, right? It can only get better than this. And so I just wanted to say, for anybody going through it right now, hold on. Like, the funny thing is right now I'm not even crying because I'm in survival mode. That's a beautiful thing. I'm not even emotional because I'm in survival mode. I'm emotional because I'm growing. And yeah, I'm done crying on y'all motherfucking screen because this was a healing cry. I'm trying to show y'all niggas that y'all can heal different. You can show up different. You can commit different. Bye. I'm about to go ahead and continue to walk in my new life and my new path. I'm not going to end it here. But guess what? The part of my new life is me showing up and making a cute little video for y'all, doing my cute little, 1-2 for you before I go about my life. And I did that. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your weekend. I'm going to try to do better about next week, doing my little lunch breaks again. And I think I'm going to get back into the episodes. I kind of might have like a little space right now that I'm cooking up just for this. And I can't wait to see what happens with it. So we might have, I feel like forever we need to do a car video. But until then, have an amazing night.